Have you ever been so frustrated on your health and fat loss expedition where you just want to pull your hair out because you're not seeing results, or you think you are not seeing results, and you're doing everything according to plan, the sustainable way forward, the way that you know you need to do it in order for you to see long-term results? I bet you know exactly what I'm talking about. And some of you might even be sitting there now trying to pull your hair out. Don't do that. Out of sheer frustration. That's where I come in. I come in as your little reminder with this little story I'm about to tell you to make sure that you continue pushing forward with the way that you need to in order to see long-term results. Welcome to this episode of the Mandy Meyer podcast. As per usual, this is where we chat all about your health and fat loss expedition, you setting and achieving those goals on your expedition, and also not losing any hope as you proceed forward. This episode is just a bit of a story time where I'm going to tell you a story about how I've been feeling lately, and maybe, hopefully, you will be able to relate and take a very important message away from this episode. Now, the way that I have been feeling hasn't necessarily been about my health and fat loss expedition, but more so about my business and the growth of my business. There's been many times of late where I've been looking back and I'm like, everything is just taking so slow. And I keep asking myself, what am I doing wrong? I keep asking myself, why is no one purchasing the digital courses that I've spent so much time creating? Why is no one purchasing what I know will really work for them on their fat loss expedition? And then I do as most other humans do, I compare myself to everyone else online. I start looking at other health and fat loss content creators or coaches. And many of them are buying new houses, they're buying new cars, they're buying cars for their family members, and money is not an issue, or so it seems. And I keep asking myself, what are they doing that I'm not doing? I don't have a car. I stay in an apartment that is as small as a shoebox. And immediately I go into this horrendous cycle of comparing myself with other people online. And I'm sure you feel the same because there's so many people online who post their transformation pictures. Maybe, just maybe, you catch yourself looking at these transformation pictures, asking yourself, what are you doing wrong? In your mind, you know that you are doing everything according to plan, the sustainable plan. But there's always going to be that little voice that says to you, maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe you should try a quick fix. And that's the exact voice that I've been hearing for the last couple of weeks, months. And as the frustration gets more and more and more, I start questioning myself. I start questioning my plans. I start questioning my coaching. I start questioning my digital products, such as my digital courses. And whilst deep down inside, I know the products and courses and plans that I am creating is exactly what people, maybe you, need for creating sustainable fat loss and creating a health and fat loss expedition that is going to bring you long-term results. But of course, I start looking at everyone else, what they're offering. How can they afford these expensive things? Many of them are offering generic meal plans, generic training plans, and many of them are doing brand deals and doing advertising on their social media. And you see, that's the thing that people want. People out there who want to get healthier and lose fat want to do it overnight. They want instant gratification. Maybe you are the same. So anything they can get their hands on with immediate effect, they think that's the best way forward when it comes to health and fat loss. And a lot of fitness influencers or creators out there are giving their audience what their audience want. The audience want to see brand deals. They want to see you walking around with a protein bar between your boobs. I mean, I don't know if that's what they want to see. But the moment someone sees you doing a brand deal or sponsored ads, immediately they think that you know what you're speaking about, and that's where they build their trust. And that's what they focus on when it comes to trustworthiness and credibility. Now, I know I'm sharing a lot with you and it's probably pointless, but there is a message to the story that I'm telling you. So for the last couple of weeks, maybe a month, I've been toying with the idea of creating products that you, as the person that wants to lose fat, wants, and not products that you need. Because I can tell you now that will solve a lot of my frustration. Even though in my heart of hearts, I know that what I'm delivering now is phenomenal. So I keep pushing that idea to the back of my mind. The idea of giving you what you want as opposed to giving you what you need. It will be very easy for me to set up a generic meal plan. Very easy for me to set up a generic training plan. It will be very easy for me to start incorporating brand deals and sponsored posts into my social feeds. But again, that's something that people want, not what they need. And so I started getting more frustrated because every single DM I get on social media has questions that I know I answer in my digital courses. But no one wants to purchase a digital course because it's not bringing you that instant information and that instant gratification. It actually requires work. It requires you to put the work in. So I started watching some sales and marketing videos on YouTube. And after watching several of them, there was this one guy, his words stuck in my head. And what he said was, to make instant sales and to make a lot of money, you have to sell your clients what they want and not what they need. And all of a sudden, I was like, I've been doing it wrong all the time. I've been selling people what they need and not what they want. Hence why I don't have a car, and that is why I live in a very small apartment. Now, to be fair, it was a stage where I was feeling quite sorry for myself. And I think you know how the mind can wander when you are going through a phase or a stage like that. And then my mind was set. I'm like, yeah, we come generic plans. Yeah, we come paid ads. Yeah, we come sponsorships. Yeah, we come me walking around in a bikini. Yeah, we come me snorting lines of protein powder for breakfast. But still, deep down inside, there was something telling me it's not the right way forward. And then I went to go visit my dad in hospital a couple of days ago. My mom was there too. And she had brought me a birthday gift for my birthday that was earlier this month. And it was in a gift bag, so I could see exactly what it was. It was body wash, it was shampoo, and it was conditioner. And my immediate words to her was, oh, this is exactly what I need. And she reminded me of something so important. She reminded me of how us as kids were brought up. She said to me, do you remember, Mandy, most of your presents that we gave you were what you needed and not exactly what you wanted. She also said to me, most of the things we taught you whilst you were growing up was what you needed to learn and not what you necessarily wanted to hear. She also said to me, oftentimes the things that you want are not necessarily the things that you need. And that's where I started coming back down to earth and scrapping the idea of generic plans and paid ads and sponsored posts. Because that's not what you need, that's what you want. I will be honest and say there was still a little bit of frustration inside of me, purely because I want to help my mom and dad financially, especially now that my dad has been in hospital for almost 6 months. The bills are adding up. And I mentioned this to my mom because she could see I was frustrated. And I thought I was doing it quietly. My dad's hearing is not great. Didn't think he would hear. And all I said to my mom was, I don't care what it takes. I want to start making enough money so that I can support you guys and help pay those bills. I want to help buy the best rehab equipment for dad. I want to make sure that he has everything that he needs when he gets home. And I can't do that if people are not buying what they need. And yeah, in the background, I hear this voice, and it's my dad. He heard everything I was saying, which makes me think that oftentimes that man has selective hearing. Before I left the visit that day, my dad said to me, I don't need the best of the best, but what I do need is for you to remain true to yourself, no matter how frustrating it gets whilst you are building a business. And then he said to me, if we had given you everything that you wanted, every single little thing that you wanted whilst you were growing up, you probably would be doing some dodgy deals in a dark alleyway or corner and not worry at all how it affects those around you. And that's my message to you today. If you are getting frustrated with doing your health and fat loss in a sustainable manner, if you feel as though the process or the progress is taking too long, and you get tempted to do a quick fix, just remind yourself that you are doing what you need to do in order to see sustainable results, in order to see sustainable progress, long-term progress. It's very easy to be tempted by quick fixes. It's very easy to look at someone else online and think that they have the magic answer whilst you comparing yourself to them. It's very easy to forget to look back at actually how far you have come in that moment of frustration. But I can tell you now, if you are persistent about your goals and you are serious about long-term fat loss results, if you are serious about your health and creating a long-term healthy lifestyle, and you are doing it in a sustainable manner, then you are doing everything correct and you are actually winning at this thing called health and fat loss. Also, please don't worry about me. I'm okay. I'm over the frustration, because sometimes you just need that gentle reminder from someone that you care about or who cares about you, saying to you that, hey, You are doing okay. Everything's going to be okay. Continue doing what you are doing and success or progress will come your way. And that was my reminder to you today. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you like I usually do. Keep smiling, keep laughing, and keep being kind to one another. Much love, your friend who is not so frustrated anymore, Mandy.